I'm going to look at Clam AV first because we had Stoke actually take that automated file analysis, just scan the file, see if there's any viruses in there. So we see the doc dropper agent. Okay, there's definitely something wrong with this file. We could take a look at virus or put the file titles, right? So again, trying to get that accuracy on what kind of file is in there. But we can see the virus total submission as well, right? So Stoke has actually taken that initiative of submitting it to virus total. And again, the beauty there is if it's already scanned that file before, if it knows the hash, it's just going to give you the answer, right? But if it's not, it will run it against the other AV engines. So we just received an email with an attachment that has 36 out of 56 results. You may not want to use some of these, unknown virus scanners out there because obviously they're not working, right? But again, it gives us that insight. It gets us that bit flexibility that, we can look at what we're trying to do, and we can easily adapt this process to make it work for us. So that is leveraging, again, just some automation on top of what we're doing to get us the answers.
And what I like to compare Stoke to, for those who don't know about it, is like Mimecast, another commercial software vendor that does a lot of the same things, which there's also a Splunk app for. So regardless of which method you use, an open source or commercial method, there's usually a Splunk app to be able to bring that data into Splunk, analyze it in a single pane of glass, correlate it with other data sources in Splunk.
So what do we learn about prevention?
Right.
Harden your endpoints. Enough said, right? Don't have 2012 vulnerabilities lying around because you will get screwed. Back everything up, right? Have that option there that you can restore, so you don't have to pay if something did happen. And again, scan your system, scan your inventory. Do the credential scans if you can to get that insights out of your endpoints. And if you have automated analysis for things as they're coming in, you get those insights, you get that understanding that you may not have had before. And again, leverage that infection lag. If it's going to take 5 minutes before malware actually does something, before ransomware does something, you have a window that you can still remediate right then and there.
So what can you do to mature your security program? But everybody's security program here is already matured, so you guys can ignore this. Typically, we think first thing when we talk security is, oh, I need to look at the perimeter, firewalls, right? Well, the firewalls are definitely extremely important, but all this is happening on the endpoint. So we need visibility at the endpoint level to be able to get in front of this and detect a lot of stuff that doesn't or makes it through the firewall. The other thing that can get overlooked a lot, think to yourselves, are you guys actually tracking all the database queries that are being run against your mission critical databases or your e-commerce if you guys are in that kind of a business, all the transactions that are happening, right? Do you actually have that level of visibility? Do you know if somebody is compromising your databases, right? Something that we don't necessarily always think about, but pretty important, right? Pretty important to think of on those levels. File shares as well. Be able to scan your file shares. And last but not least, the wire data. Look at the network, complement what IDS has already reported by also scanning the network, but detect lateral movement and get to that needle in the haystack. And so what do we learn here? You gotta look at the endpoints, right? The perimeter is only gonna get you so far. You gotta see what's going on inside your network and to the endpoint networks as well. And really, the best way is start with what is important to the business and then work your way back from there. My endpoints have IP data on them, right? I don't want to share this data out with anybody else. I got to take my endpoints seriously, right? And then work your way back from there. And then one other important piece here to also having a secure or a mature security program is automation. And we have in our enterprise security app something we call adaptive response. Adaptive response is basically enables you to be able to take automated action on some scenario like this ransomware that we detected on a PC, be able to take automated action on that right then and there when it's detected. That could be something like adding that IP to a known group list in Palo Alto network devices, right? Or putting it on a quarantine list on another security device. Most of the vendors that have written Splunk apps these days have a module in there, or a component that does adaptive response. So you can leverage that component to automate or complete the loop, if you will, and take corrective action when something is detected. And so now you guys are all hyped. I see everybody's jumping up and down. You're ready to do this. So you just want to get your hands on some Splunk. Well, we have these quick starts now that we did not have before, where not only will you get a Splunk license, but you'll also get some assistance. You'll get some help, expert guidance, as well as education credits and conference passes. And so talk to your sales rep on being able to get one of these instead of just getting a Splunk license. You definitely want to pursue this avenue for success. And we love hands-on. Who here does not like this exercise here? We love hands-on. We have these workshops, including one coming up in May here in San Francisco. And if anybody is making the trek from out in the Central Valley, there's one in Sacramento as well that has a security track and an IT ops track. So be sure to go to Splunk.com workshops and you can sign up for that. And we presented this also earlier in all our different sessions, so you might have seen this too. But you should get an email for attending our Splunk Live here, where you can save $450 on a conference pass. So be sure to check that out. And if you want to get a free pass as well as many other prizes, go to ponypool.com/SLSF and tell us how we did. Tell us we suck. Or tell us we're great, that you want to do this again. Right? So ponypool.com/SLSF. And with that, if you're like me, before we finish, if you're like me, you want to get your hands on this app. You want to get your hands on this content. Take a picture of this right now, or scan it with your QR code, because all the screenshots from the app are right there in this URL on box. Go ahead and take a picture of that. And we'll also share this deck here with all attendees, so you can also have the deck and have access to the link.
And again, the first environment, 01, will be up till tomorrow night, so you can go in there, navigate through it. It's got the exercises we've done and a lot more exercises to play around with.
And now we're done. So thank you all for joining us.